Welcome to another installment of Lunch and Learn. This is Gil Cordo. We're going to actually go over all about profiles today. Last week we did alignments. A week before that we did surfaces. This is kind of tying all three together: surface, alignments, and profiles. So today is all about profiles. So let's cut to the chase and let's go with profiles. Profiles are needed in almost every project that we do. In Civil 3D, you can view horizontal information in the form of a vertical profile. Today, we're going to go over two things. One, generating profile from an existing alignment. And second, changing profile styles and editing profile properties. First thing we need to do overall is define what a profile is. Well, a profile is an object which represents an elevation information from a horizontal alignment or an object line. The profile contains two components. The first component is a profile view. Second component is a profile object. The profile view is the object such as the profile grid and display information. And second, the profile object is the vertical information of the horizontal alignment, such as your existing or proposed grade. So let's get to it. First thing we're going to do is, first thing you have to do is have a surface. Second thing you have to do is have an alignment. And then the third thing to do is to cut a profile from that existing alignment. So the first thing you need to do is have an alignment. After you've done that, let's cut the profile. So let's cut to the chase and cut the profile. First thing you need to do is go up to your menu bar. Pull that down. Go to Profiles. Cool. And create profile from surface. I know this is just like alignments, where you have create profile from surface and then create profile by layout. If you go over here to alignments, we'll see, you have create alignment by layout and then create alignment by profile. And you can create an alignment using either of the two, and you kind of get the exact same result. But in profiles, it's a little bit different. You have create profile from surface and create profile by layout. The proper way to create a profile is by surface. A lot of people start with layout and they can't get it. If you do it, create profile from surface is intended to create the profile. Create profile by layout is intended to do the proposed design, like the center line of a road, your vertical alignment. So you save that for later, and we're going to do in create profile by surface. So click on the create profile by surface. You get this lovely create profile from surface box. All right. First thing we need to go over is to the different options on this create profile box. First thing is alignment. This is where you select which alignment in which you wish to create your profile. In this case, we are going to do the main sanitary sewer, but I'm going to pull it down and show you what else I have in here. I have the sanitary sewer sideline. We're just going to do the main sewer. The select surface box on the right will show all the surfaces in which you have in your project already, any kind of existing, proposed, anything else that you may have, you will have in that select surface box. In the station range, you can actually select a range of the profile or a range of the alignment to profile. So you can change it. So if you want to just cut a certain section, you can do that. Sample offset, you can actually sample an offset of a profile. Well, let's just cut to the chase and do something real basic. We're going to just cut that profile. So you want to have your alignment selected that you wish, and then click on the select surface in which you have. And once you've done that, just click this lovely add button, and you should see it displayed down in this profile view list. Now once you have selected it and placed it in here, it is associated with the alignment. So you're kind of tying the surface and then the alignment together. So whenever you want to make a change to that profile, you just tie it to the alignment, which we'll show a little bit later. But in this case, once you've selected and added the surface, you're good to go. A couple of quick tips for you. The profile information you added down here on this profile list, you want to make sure, such as this is existing surface, so it's not a problem. But if I had a proposed surface added down here, if you scroll over, your styles are set at default, okay? And since this is existing ground, this works perfect. But if this was proposed, you don't want it to show up existing ground profile, do you? You want it to show up as a design, so you want to change it to your design profile style. That's just a little helpful hint. It keeps from having to go back and change styles later on once you've created the profile. Another tip is if you needed to change, which we'll show a little bit later, the profile and add like a proposed surface to it, you can do that doing the exact same steps. I'll go back and show that to you. Once you've selected all the information you need, added it, just hit this draw in profile view button and you should get another whole box, which is this create profile view, and it has different options to it. I'm going to wait for this box to show up. Here we go. You have different settings and options which you can use while you're creating this profile. You have general, station range, profile view height, and profile display objects, along with pipe network displays and data bands. Data bands are very cool. I love data bands. General information, kind of the exact same thing you did in the last box. You have select alignment. You can select which alignment you wish to profile. Give the profile a name. Now give it a name that makes sense. You know, don't give it profile 1. You know, give it something like not doer. The same name as the alignment or something real similar so that we can find it quickly, okay? Description, it's always very good, very, very good to give today's date. All right, profile view styles, select the style which you need. Now profile view layer, now this is very, 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 very cool. You can actually change the profile view layer in which the profile is associated with. Now this does not change the properties of the layers generated. This changes the profile element in which it's created, such as if you want, let me use an example. If you want the profile to be frozen in a certain layer or a certain viewport, you place it on this layer, and this layer right here, you freeze it and it will freeze everything. But the lines in the profile, the properties are on a different layer, which are set by the styles. So the only time you really need to use this is if you want to put road profiles, sanitary sewer profiles, storm profiles on different layers in which you wish to freeze or thaw to make them per your design. So just keep that in mind. Show offset profiles and different kind of this is kind of cool. If you click on this and you have any offset profiles, it'll place them in different profiles instead of the exact same profile. So this is kind of neat to have. I don't really use it too much, so we're just going to go on to the next station range. You could set it at automatic, or you can customize it to your liking. You can change the different ranges, so you don't have to do the whole profile. You can just do a slim down, kind of like the last dialog box we showed. Profile view height. You can change the height of your profile. You can use your user specific to change the height and depth. A good thing to do is if you need more depth, such as you're doing sanitary sewer pipe, you can actually give it more depth already, or you can change it later, which we'll show a little bit later. You can have a split profile view. I haven't used this that much, but from what I understand, it's kind of cool to do if you have extreme profiles. You have extremely high, extremely low. This is kind of cool to have that split profile. It kind of shows a display down here at the bottom. If I show split, you see how it kind of, if you have a station range outside, you can hit the split profile and it will kind of change it to where you can see it in a certain height. I usually go with automatic This is kind of the standard. We're going to use it here. Profile display objects. This is the exact same thing you had in your profile list in the last box. So you mean this is where you can change your styles. You can have an override style. You can change. You can have your labels added to it, alignments, anything you need. This is the profile object. Okay, this is customizing the different profile objects in your profile. You should see, all your surfaces here: existing surface, proposed surface, so on and so forth. Next is pipe networks. If you already have pipes designed, which I have pipes designs already in this project, you can add them to the profile as you make it, which is really neat to use. But we're not going to use it here, and we're going to cover profiles later on. Next is data bands. This is something that is very cool. Data bands are information in which you can place in a profile, such as an existing or proposed surface, pipe information, and so on. Data bands can be placed at the top or the bottom of your profile. First little option you have is select a data band set. You can add or subtract any data bands you wish. You have cut, fill options, existing ground, finished ground, elevation, and station, pipe data, profile data, so on and so forth. You can just add them to the top, or you can add them to the bottom. There's the top, there's the bottom. We're going to just have this preset, e.g., FG, existing, and e.g., FG, elevation, and station. We're going to go ahead and put that as default, and that's kind of what most people use, is that kind of basic thing, and you'll see what it is whenever we get to it. All right, create. Once you have all these settings set exactly how you like it, exactly set by your standards, you click this Create Profile View. Once you click this lovely box, it should prompt you to place your profile, kind of like it did in Land Desktop. It prompts you to say, hey, you have a, where do you want to put this profile? I'm just going to slap this guy right here. All right, there is our profile that we have made. Isn't that pretty? Lovely big spike here, goes across. It looks good. The different elements in this profile. Let me explain one thing. When we defined profile, we defined it as two objects. We defined it as a profile view and a profile object. All right, your profile view is this grid. The profile object is this line here, which is your existing surface. See how I click on the grid, it highlights, and then I click on the object and it highlights. It's combined together, but they're not interacted together. You can change the style of your profile object, and you could change the style of your profile view on two different accounts. We're going to see about changing the profile view information. If you click on your profile, and this is the easiest way I found to do it. If you click on your profile and you right click, you should get your menus up. Scroll down to Profile View Properties. Once you click on Profile View Properties, this gives you the exact same information and option you have with the general profile view when you did the creation. You have the different stations. You can change the name, you can change the description, you can change the object view. It's the exact same general information. I have stations, elevations, profiles, and bands. Let's do something here. Let's change the style. This is one thing that's kind of neat. You can change the style of your profile, and let's watch it kind of change the way it looks and change the scale. Now, one thing people don't realize, the scale, vertical exaggeration of the scale, is defined in the style. So some companies will have to have, 1 in 50 scale. You have to have 50 scale, 60, so forth, so on. So keep that in mind, that the vertical exaggeration is defined by the style, not by the profile. So you might have a different style for everything. But let's see this stretch out. Let's see this jump up. All right. Let's just do full grid. Let's try that. Okay. See how that kind of jumped up? The scale changed, the vertical scale changed. Everything looks different. It just changed completely. Let's go back to that. Change your style back to where we had it before. Click apply. You can also click apply to watch it do it without changing this box. Stations, you can use user specific range. You can do elevation, so you can change it. Let's just change the minimum elevation. Let's just put this to 12,000. Whoa, that's pretty high. 12,000, and watch this drop. See how it kind of gives a more depth down here. So if you're doing a design, you want to print out for a designer to look at, to do laying pipes and everything. Some people like to do that. You can actually give that information drop so that you have it for you to look at. I usually use automatic. Profiles, this is kind of if you make a oops like that tip before where you didn't put your proposed surface on the right styles. That's a way to change it. And bands, you can add bands after you've created the profile. Let's just add this lovely, I don't know, let's just put this pipe data information. Let's just put invert elevation. It's not going to have anything on it, but let's just add it anyways. See how easy it was? I selected everything that I needed, click add, and added it down here. If I hit apply, you should see there's my invert elevation. Since we have no pipes, there's no information at all on it. If I wanted to take it away, I highlighted it, took it away, hit apply, boom, it's gone. If I wanted to take away this, do the exact same thing, apply, goodbye, no band. But we kind of want that information now, don't we? Elevation stations. Hit add, okay, hit apply, and there we go, it's back. One helpful hint and tip, if you look at your profile here, let me just zoom in, and you're doing a center line of road design. Let's just say you're doing a center line of road. Since this is actually a sanitary sewer profile, this kind of doesn't make sense, especially with this lovely spike. It wouldn't be a very good road. You should see this elevation here and this elevation on the back side. You see how they're the exact same thing. It's because they're both tied to the same profile object, which is the existing surface, and you need to change that on your data bands. If you go on back to your profile view properties, head to your bands, if you scroll over, you should see profile 1 and profile 2. That's what it is. You can change your profile 2 to your proposed surface, and it should display the proposed surface elevation information. Alright, so keep that in mind as you do your design and any kind of center line of road that you do, or anything where you have two surfaces that you want both informations to be displayed. Alright, hit OK. We're just going to pull back here. Let's see, what else can I show you? Adding information to your profile, such as if you have this existing surface that you see here and you want to add your proposed surface. Have this done, design, and now you got a proposed surface and you want to add it. Simple piece of cake. Same steps you did when you created your profile. You want to go back and you want to do the exact same thing. So you go up to your menu, pull down your profiles, create profile from surface. Should bring this dialog box. Now see, here's the way to think about it. This surface is now tied to this alignment. If I change the alignment, if you notice, the surface isn't tied to it because we haven't done a profile for it. This main sanitary sewer has this. Now you just want to tie another profile object or surface to this profile. Simple way to do it. If you have more than one surface, it should show up here. You click on it, hit add. You add another profile object to it, which would be the proposed surface. You following me? So if you have proposed surface here, you would click on it, hit add, it would add it to here. Alright. Once you hit OK, let's just add this. You should see OK here. Once you hit OK, your profile will automatically regen and place that proposed surface into your profile. Alright? So everybody kind of got that, how to add information into a profile. You're just going to go back steps. So keep in mind that you're tying the surface to the alignment and then creating the profile. So that's kind of neat. Let's show something that is really cool. I love doing this kind of thing. We're gonna let's go back. Let's say your engineer came back and said, well, you know what? I don't want this last manhole to go over here. I want it to move over here. I want it to shoot. Let's shoot down this way. Okay. I want it to go this way. Show you something real quick. Let's split this view in model space so I can show you how this works. It's the profile and the alignment are hot, which they interact with each other. So when you move one, the other one reacts to it. Okay, so when you make the alignment longer, the profile extends. All right. So once this split view sets up, I'll show you how you can extend the alignment, and you'll see that the profile extends as well. Okay. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to add a PI, and we're going to do all that lovely stuff. So let's just go over here. Let's take the top view section, and let's go over to this profile. Lovely long profile. Let's make it longer. Highlight this. It looks like somebody has all my stuff turned off here. Let's zoom in here. Looks like I have a couple of things turned off here. Zoom it up this way. Let's have everything turned. Whoa. Oh crap. Here we go. Okay, here we go. The only thing is I don't want the images to be turned on here. Let's turn these off so that it doesn't go too crazy here. Alright, now let's find our alignment line. Somebody's turned them off. Zoom this in the background here. Back. Alright, now where'd you go? I had this problem earlier today. Seems like it's turned off or something. Don't quite understand why. Let's just do this. Let's take this end of this alignment. Let's extend it out. This is at 0, 0, so this is all the way over here. Let's just extend this sucker really far out here. Now you'll see that the alignment will actually extend, or the alignment will extend, so will the profile. See, that's why I couldn't find it as the center line of my alignment. Must be turned off or something. Extend that PI way over here, and you'll see that the profile will extend as well once I hit escape. All right, so it's hot. So if you want to add a PI, like we said in the last video on Alignments 101, you just add a PI, and the profile should update with it with no problem. So if you want to make a line longer, you can do that. You want to make it shorter, you can do that. And it's all hot. So once you've created one profile in that section that you want, you don't have to create it again. It changes, it updates, it works with you. So that is great. Awesome. I love doing that kind of thing. Let's see, is there anything else I can cover while I have everything here? While I'm talking. I think that's it. If you have any questions about profiles, how to create profiles, feel free to give me a call or email me. Please, email is a little bit better than give me a call. I don't really like calls. So email me. Feel free to email me. I'll be happy to answer your questions. I hope this handout and the recording are very helpful to you. Well, until next time, I think next time we're going to actually do pipes, sanitary sewer line design. All right. So everybody have a good week. Have a good day. I'll talk to y'all later and see you next time.